Hello there, writing cadets. Welcome back to Moving Right Along, the podcast by young writers for young writers. We're your hosts, Ray.
I'm Kat, and as you can tell, Ruby is still stuck down the well somewhere. So, R.I.P. Ruby. We have you in our thoughts and prayers. Just kidding. I don't.
Wow. I have you in my thoughts and prayers. I love
Yeah.
you, Ruby. I can't say the same for some of this company here, but you're great. We love you.
And I haven't burned all the rope to stop you from climbing out that well. Because I want to be the only host of Moving Right Along. Follow us on our journey. And we'll crack it to be the only host. That's the arc of this season. Summer season is that one by one, the members of the pod keep going missing. One by one, they fell.
It started with Beepo. It was me.
And then it was Ruby. And next up.
And guess what? Plot twist. You're next. You're going in the well next.
Oh, it's Cassette next. I'm gonna beat her in a rap battle. Yeah. If you're listening, Cassette, I'm going to get rid of you. This is a confession. You can give it to the police; they won't do anything.
This is bottom of the pyramid behavior. I'm just saying.
Anyways, before I go off on a tangent and confess to a bunch of crimes, what are we doing today, Ray? Well, yeah. Do you want to give us a little explanation of what we're doing?
Well, for the past week or so, we, your lovely crime-filled hosts, have been trying stupid and weird, just generally strange writing advice that we found on the internet and in weird corners of the world. You don't want to know where we found it. So me and Kat, specifically because Ruby's been down there in the well, she just hasn't had time to do anything. That sounded kind of mean. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's me. Not Ruby in a well. Pushing Ruby in a well.
Definitely. So I had the lovely writing advice of waking up at 3 a.m., hanging upside down from my bed, and writing in near complete darkness, like the true vampire/bat that I was born to be. What about you, Kat? What did you do?
Yeah, so what I did is I was also writing at 3 a.m., but for different reasons. I just didn't go to sleep. I just stayed awake until 3 a.m. and wrote, which we'll discuss the efficiency of that. And I also tried this one. I think I saw it on the internet. Maybe it was on the Instagram. Maybe I made it up. Maybe this is all a hallucination. But it was like putting an ice cube in your lap and writing for as long as it takes for it to melt. Did I make this up? I don't know. I think I just saw it somewhere and then I tried it and I ended up with just water everywhere. Anyways, yeah. So that's the one I tried. Yeah. So Ray, what are your initial thoughts? What were your thoughts on your thing? How did it work? What were you doing? Did you get any writing done? What were you writing about? Tell us everything.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The waking up at 3 a.m. spontaneously part, that wasn't even the bad part. That was pretty bearable. I just set an alarm and then went straight back to bed, so it wasn't even that bad. The worst part, however, was hanging upside down. Because I couldn't, all the blood rushed to my head and I couldn't think. So I had to, keep sitting up every few seconds and then going back down and then writing, a word, scribbling, and then sitting back up and then going back down. It was forcing me to exercise and I wasn't here for it. So I decided to do little poems, just little ones, because it was going to be late/early and I didn't want to do that much. So I just wrote little poems and looking back on them, they really sucked. So because I couldn't think. So yeah. That was fun.
Interesting conclusion. So conclusion was it sucked.
yeah, really it did. I don't like being a vampire.
Oh, disappointing you don't like being a vampire. I also not great. Not gonna lie, staying up until 3 a.m. I got writing done. Yes. Did I get writing done completely? Did any of it make sense? No. I would look at it the next day. So I've been writing a book. I've started a new book because I want to try and do my write a book in 25 days challenge again.
Yeah.
Failing at the moment, I'm so behind, but I did it. I was trying that, and yeah, it was kind of nonsensical. And then the ice cube thing, like I said, I don't know if I made this up or if I read it somewhere, but I swear I saw it somewhere that someone gave this as advice. Did I? Is this true? Okay. Anyways, yeah, it just made me very soggy. So,
Very
yeah, I think
soggy.
I mean, I think I
no.
saw. I think it was like something like it's supposed to make like one. It gives you like a time period of you have to write, and it's like adrenaline. So like as it melts, you're like feeling like the adrenaline and like the rush and everything. But all it did was just make me like mildly irritated, and then have to go change my trousers. So there's
my
that
gosh.
basically. So I would say it probably didn't help me that much. Yeah, that's the conclusion I drew from that. Is that don't do that. I think waking up early would probably work.
Yeah.
Like earlier, like because you get to like enhance that sleep brain. But it only works if you're not sleep deprived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So like get your rest. Is that our advice? Is get sleep?
That is yeah, you should get adequate sleep when trying to write, because
Yeah.
otherwise it's just gibberish and it's really bad.
So what was the worst part for you?
Mm. I I think it was either the hanging upside down or being in complete darkness, because I couldn't think of what I was trying to write because my head hurt, and B couldn't even see what I was trying to write. I was like trying to write. I was like, what did I just say? What's going on? I was just so confused the entire time. So, and I felt like I had to write faster because I just wanted to be done with it. So, the poems were really bad. So yeah, I think hanging upside down probably wins. What about you? What was your worst part?
But maybe with the darkness, maybe because you couldn't see, you could then truly see. You know what I mean? You get it?
No.
Like you might have not been able to see, but you could like see. Dude, you get it, bro? Anyway.
No, bro.
No, bro?
I do not. I
You
don't.
see with your eyes, but like you
Yeah,
just see
no,
with your
I see what you're
mind.
trying to say, but
Yeah.
no, just
No? Okay, well
move
that's
on.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst part for me. Yeah, just the ice cube. I think all of that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't even know if it's real or not. So maybe I just tortured myself for no reason. So there's that.
We're just making up bad advice to tell
we're
you
just
not
making
to
up bad
do up
advice.
the bad advice we
Yeah.
made.
I mean, there was some really interesting advice that some of our listeners gave us, which was one I wanted to try, but I didn't have enough time for, was writing fan fiction of your own, of your favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I was originally going to try that one, but I didn't really have enough time to do it. Because I've never written fan fiction, so I thought that would be really interesting. Yeah. Why are you
You've
looking shocked?
never.
No.
Wait, can we just pause the episode for a second? You've never written fan fiction before?
No.
Not even just like a little. What?
Why is that so surprising? I've just never
I don't
done
know.
it.
It's just because like. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Alright.
know. I was never that interested in writing it because I prefer writing my own original characters and stuff like that. Like that's not like a sneaky diss to fanfiction writers before anyone goes like, oh, Cat called out all fanfiction writers. Like, not that anyone's like we have a gossip news
my
page
God.
dedicated to us or anything, but like I just not been interested in writing it. Yeah, it's just not my thing.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
Wait,
conclusion.
what were you even saying? I'm sorry, I got very
Oh yeah,
distracted.
so yeah, we're just going off on a tangent here. It's late night ramblings from
Yeah.
We don't have any like Ruby to rein us in at the moment, so we're just
Yeah,
going
it's
kind of complete chaos.
she always keeps us on track, so this is
Yeah.
really, really hard.
What was I saying? Yeah, no, just fan fiction. Yeah, I kind of wanted to try that because I feel like it would be a
Yeah.
really interesting way to explore like your characters in a new and different kind of way than
Yeah.
in the strict confines of whatever story you're writing.
Mhm.
So maybe next time I'll try that. What do you think, Ray?
I think that would be a lot of fun to try, like just to see how like if you were writing like I don't know, say like a fantasy book, but your fan fiction was like a high school AU. I just think it would be like really cool to like see how your characters would react. And I feel like you could sort of bond with them and like just kind of learn more about them in a way that you wouldn't see. So I think that's a really cool piece of advice.
Hmm. So why did we decide to do this, Ray? Like, I'm not asking. I'm like asking in a more philosophical way. In a sort of, let's tell the readers, why did we decide to try different writing advice?
We decided to do this because, especially with social media and everything, there's a lot of writing advice out there. A lot of people sort of give you this advice and they're like, do this so you can write like the best you can. But so many of it is so diverse. Sometimes it can feel like, well, if I should do this, I can't do that, but I should do that. So like it can feel very confusing. So we wanted to show you this because we just wanted to see, is writing advice truly helpful? Should you really follow this? And my take on it, although okay, we do have very stupid examples. Because Simone told us we could make our own up if we wanted to, and that was a terrible idea on her part. Love you, Simone, but that was just no. You really shouldn't have let us do that. But anyways, no, but the point is that writing advice can be good for some people and terrible for others. So hey, I don't know, maybe you do like to write like a vampire. I don't. So that's our point.
Dracula enters the chat. Yeah. No, yeah, I think our main goal with this was to kind of explore, because like a lot of the times you see on the internet, you see things like you have to do this way and stuff like that, and just don't believe everything you see on the internet. There's a wide like plethora of different writing advice out there. Some of it is going to work for you, and you should definitely try things. I definitely don't want to discourage anyone from trying different writing advice. Some of the like best, like some of the things that have helped me write, I found online. I was like, oh, I'm going to try this now. So definitely like try different things out. But if it's not working, just because like so many people are saying like this is a way you have to do it, like just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. Everyone's gonna have like a different writing journey. I mean, think of the difference between plotters and pantsers. If we, which
Now back to
that's
episode 1.
no. Also future hint for future episode. People trying different like writing styles. Maybe happening at some point. So definitely tune in for that because that's gonna be chaos. But like, being a plotter or being a pantser, that's like what am I saying? Talking absolute nonsense right now. Being a plotter or a pantser. There's it's different. It's definitely different. And like it would. Oh, here we go. Like what works for me wouldn't work for someone else. Like, can you? I mean, you might be able to imagine soon me and Ruby trying each other's writing styles and stuff like that.
I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be so chaotic.
It's gonna be absolutely hellish for me, but but like, it doesn't always work for what works for one person isn't gonna work for someone else, and some writing advice is just stupid. Like I'm like some of it is just dumb. I'm the ice cube. I don't believe in that. Anyone? I don't think it's real for one thing.
I don't even think that's an actual thing. I think you just thought of that.
I thought I saw it somewhere. Maybe I did
in one of your weird dreams. So
I had a really vivid dream. Someone came to me in a dream. It was like Jane Austen or something, and she was like, "You've got to try this out." I mean, they didn't even have freezers back then, so I don't know where she would have come up with the idea of an ice cube. But she was just like, "You gotta try putting an ice cube in your lap, and then it'll make you write." And then that's what happened. I did start writing, but I hated it. I'm gonna try some different. I think I might try the fanfiction one, maybe.
Yeah, I would actually use that one. That one seems very plausible, and not the ones we did.
Do you have any like weird writing things that you would like give to someone, like something that you might think is a bit strange, and like that's something I do for writing?
I always find it kind of helpful to write around like my pets and stuff. I don't know. I don't really know why. It just works sometimes. Also because they don't have an idea of my personal space, so even if I tried not to, they'd still be there. So I guess that's more of something by force, but it works. So
not by choice.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the weirdest ones. And one, it's not so weird, but I never listen to English music when I'm writing. I always listen to like French music when I'm writing.
Yeah.
Um, so that's one. I mean, I've not started writing in French yet, but I'd listen to French music. Um, Definitely just, doing the whole classic acting out what your
Yeah. Oh
characters are
yeah.
saying.
I do
This
that way
isn't
too
weird,
much.
but I always try to write last thing, like before I go to sleep. I do a tiny bit of writing, just like with a pen and book. That's not really weird, but that's just like last minute writing because
Yeah.
then I feel productive that day. So even if I'm, yeah, so that's one thing. I don't know. I feel like I do have weird writing habits, but I can't think of any of them right now.
Oh, you
Maybe
know
I
what?
don't
I
write.
have one.
Yeah. Okay.
If I'm writing like just say like a book or something, like a specific scene, like before I actually write the scene, I always like sort of imagine it in my head and let it play through. It's not that weird, but like I basically sort of like write it in my head like what I want it to feel like. I kind of put it into like a movie setting, I guess, like if I'm watching it happen. I just find it helpful to like when you're actually writing it, it's clear like where you're going with it and you're not like, what do I say next? So, I think that one's pretty helpful.
This isn't so much of a weird writing tip, but something that I do is that if I try to make myself laugh as much as possible when I'm writing, in that, well, for me personally, a lot of my writing is much more like comedic, because I'm just a giant clown. So I try to think of like what would make me laugh the most, and like it does freak some people out. You walk past my room and I'm just cackling in here like a little gremlin, going ha ha ha. This line will be so funny. So that's something that I personally do, is that if you're trying to think about whether this scene will be comedic or something, because writing comedy is really, really difficult. It just think, does it
Hmm.
make you laugh? Even if it's really stupid, does it make you laugh? Like, there are definitely lines in my book that is so stupid, but it makes me laugh really hard because it's just like the image of my head, just like someone, like you guys have read a bit of it, Simone.
You mean rubies? Do you
Yeah,
like mashed potatoes?
yeah, like things like
That's the
that.
peak
I
of
find it so
comedy.
funny. Yeah, but no, I definitely like. So that's a piece of writing advice I have, for anyone who's wondering, like, want to try something out. Anyways, where do you find your writing advice? Do you look for writing advice, Ray?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't even really like actually have a writing routine. So like following advice is very difficult because I'm kind of just like, do I feel like writing? Yeah, let me write something and then that's that. Like I have no routine. But if I did need advice, I would suggest poking around like you can always find it on Instagram. It's everywhere. You cannot escape it. So that's that. But you could also go you can look in the Discord, the Taiwi Discord, because that you can ask other young writers. They always have some pretty great ones. Um yeah, I would just say ask around and look on Instagram because it's always over there. What about you?
Yeah. I follow all these Instagram accounts and I just list all of our ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think actually something I went through a really big phase of trying to find more writing advice because I really wanted to like level up my writing. So I got
Mhm.
really obsessed with like reading. I read a couple of really interesting books. One which was like written back in a time when it seemed like could not comprehend the idea of a women writer. So it was all like, and the writer, he must do this, and I was like, okay, mate,
Yeah.
but fair enough. So there's these websites you can also use that have free online writing courses, like Coursera, FutureLearn. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They have like a couple of like free writing courses you can do, or like how to write a screenplay and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And that's where I got a lot of my like initial writing advice from. And I definitely suggest looking those up if you want like actual writing advice from professionals and stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have to follow what anyone else says. That's a big thing, is that,
Yeah.
there's always going to be different ways to do things. But a good thing about writing advice is that once you learn like most of the writing rules, you can use it for yourself, and like you can break the rules, but it's good to learn like what most people do first so that you can kind of practice things, try things out. So I definitely suggest trying online courses. You can find so many free ones online. Like, yeah, it's just great. It really helps you write better, just trying different things. Yeah, that's what I recommend. This has been an episode. Did we give you any useful information? Who knows?
Episode. We just needed content.
This is a content for this episode. Summer season is going great. Releasing an episode every week. We're nailing it, guys. First week, Ray got pushed out of well. Second week was pretty good with the beta readers. And then third week, this has just been chaos. Ray is now a vampire. Ray has annoyed Dracula.
The well really made me look inside myself and discover what I truly am.
Imagine you break out into your childhood writing where it was like, I really wanted to be a werewolf or something. Wasn't that your childhood writing last season? If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go check out our finale episode where Ray talks about... Or do. It's really funny.
You don't have to. I mean...
It's very, very funny. And what are we doing next week? We're not going to tell you because we don't remember. So... This has been an episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Moving Right Along Podcast because we're better than you. Snap, snap. I know. No, make sure to follow us on at Moving Right Along Podcast on Instagram. And this is it. This has been the episode, Writing Advice. If you've got any comments, please leave us reviews on the wherever we are, on Spotify,
Apple and Spotify.
Please leave us reviews. We need them. We're going crazy. Yeah. And anything else to add, Ray?
No. Bye.
Are you sure there's not an outro that you might want to do, Ray? Anything else to add? If you can't tell, we don't have a script in front of us.
So confused. Okay. Until next time, Writing Cadets. We'll see you on. Sorry, I'm dying. Okay. Until next time, Writing Cadets. We'll see you on our next adventure.
Woo! And that's a wrap. That's a wrap on the episode.
Thank you for listening to the Moving Right Along podcast, made possible by the Young Writers Initiative. Make sure to keep tuning in every Saturday this summer as we upload new content. Also, leave us a rating and review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts. You can follow us on Instagram at Moving Right Along Podcast or find us on tywi.org. And while you're there, why not join our Discord server, The Writers Town? Thank you to our team, without whom this wouldn't be possible. Our producer, Simone, co-producer, Jasmine, and social media manager, Cassette. All music is by Kevin MacLeod at filmmusic.io. Today you heard Island Street Party, and all sound effects are from the Free Sound Project.